F. He's like, all right, we'll do a quick live. I gotta go get my kids from school here. So, uh, anyway, I wanted to talk about this MGM original show that every single AMC ape should watch. It's called From. Okay. And I really feel that this whole show is based on a government experiment. It hasn't been proven yet. It hasn't been proven yet, but this is just my opinion. I want to make that perfectly clear. This is just my opinion, entertainment purposes only. And I think it's like a test of will, because what happens is that there's people from all over the country, right? And they're ending up in this one kind of twilight zone town. Doesn't matter if they're coming from New York, from California, from Kansas, anywhere they're coming from. They end up in this twilight zone, deserted town, where at nighttime they're made to believe monsters are going to rip them apart and kill them. So they wind up adapting to this new life, where during the day, they all stay, together in the town, and they go to the local diners, and seems like everybody there has a skill. There's a priest. The lady there runs the diner, and everybody's got a certain skill. There's the sheriff, the deputy, and what happens is that they really didn't give, in my opinion, a chance. Like the first couple who actually came to this deserted place, they only drove around the town. See, they want you to believe that it's like you always end up at the same place again. But they only drove around, I think it was like 3 times max. How many times they didn't really give it that chance. No one ever went into the woods because they were afraid of the monsters. Okay? I'm trying to make a point here, Detective Pikachu. Pay attention. Okay? So, no one went into the woods because they were led to believe if they went into the woods, they would die. Okay? So, the thing is that, Detective Pikachu, pay attention. This applies to you. The thing is that everyone just gave up. They just said, look, here's the bottom line. We all have to adapt. We all have to live in this deserted town. We all have to make good. And I think that's what the government experiment of From was, is to see who would give up and how long will these people live in this deserted, isolated town where they believe monsters were going to kill them. I think like Wall Street, I think that what's happening to us with AMC is a similar test. It's a test of will. How much could we take? And most people do give up. Most people sell. Most people quit. Most people give up. And I think that's what's happening in this show From, is that most people would just give up and they'll live at this isolated town for the rest of their lives because they're just weak. They're weak-minded. They're led to believe that, you know what, if I go into the woods, monsters are going to rip me up and kill me. Now, in the show From, the monsters actually, it's so interesting. They look like human beings. So there's no confirmation there's monsters. They look like regular people. You know what I mean? The only thing they hear is they hear screaming. Then the next day they see people mutilated. But hey, that could be a Hollywood effect. You know what I mean? That's you know what I mean. That's not something that's so unheard of. You can make a body look mutilated, like you see all these horror films. So you should all watch the show From, and tell me your opinion. Tell me, because it reminds me a lot of what we're dealing with AMC. It reminds me a lot of this corrupt Wall Street, in my opinion. So everybody wanted me to talk a little bit about my feelings on Adam Aaron, Adam Enron. I think he's a jerk off. I think he's a complete hypocrite. Look, this is a guy who he likes to play the game. What does the game mean? The game is when he meets all of his people, which he has a lot of balls meeting people in public, this guy. But when he meets the, AMC apes in public at the AMC movie theaters, he comes across like he's this big cheerleader for AMC. He comes across that he cares about your best interest. But in reality, when we're all struggling here, this Mama Luke he got a 25% increase, and he's making over $23 million a year. He doesn't care about us. Listen, and I don't care. All you apes, see, this is what I'm saying. I think this is why you all have to watch the show From. It's an MGM original show. I think MGM is new now. It's like because a lot of people are confused with MGM. Good afternoon, Back to the Future. Every AMC ape needs to watch the show From. It's an MGM original. And I'm telling you, because it reminds me a lot of what's going on with Wall Street, but just in like a different way. It's like a test of will. It's a test of will. No, I have an idea, Sam. I have an idea. This is an idea that even you could do, Sam. You got to watch the show From. Okay, it's an MGM original show. And it's a test of will, I'm telling you. And it really makes me believe how far people give up, like how quickly people give up in this world. The second you're giving someone, the illusion that they're gonna die, that's it, they're finished. Most people just quit. They're like, that's it, I'm done, I give up, I'm finished. And what they do is they quit. And you see that a lot in the stock market. That's Ken Griffin is like the monsters. You understand? Ken Griffin to me is the monsters, and all the apes the victims. Well, that's what you got to watch the show. No, but I'm telling you, not only is it a great show to watch, it actually you can't afford MGM. $5 a month. They have a temporary trial, Sam. You could do it for 1 month. Sick bastard. Where I don't even think you pay. They charge you the following month, you lunatic. Can't afford MGM. But anyway, I really, really think every single AMC ape needs to watch this because it's such a test of will. And you know what it is? It's funny because Ken Griffin actually was so confident in his assessment of this. He said it to all of us at the beginning. He said it to all of us at the very beginning. He says, listen, it's all mind games, psychological games. I mess with your head. You understand? And that's what he does. And that's what they do. It's mind games. And they're able to make you believe this is a hopeless situation. And they make you believe you're never going to win. They make you believe it's all fixed. It's all manipulated. It's all corrupt. And eventually you quit. Antonio Miranda. Sam the Great. Do you think oh my God, Apollo Creed. I thought you were going to say Dennis Rodman. I definitely don't look like Apollo Creed. I'm a little too white for that. That's Carl Weathers, great actor, Carl Weathers. Also played in Happy Gilmore with Adam Sandler. But like I said, it's really not going to be a long live stream, guys. I wanted to give you something quick because I got to get my kids in the next 15 minutes. So I'm going to hang out with you like 10 more minutes. But if you guys have any questions, tell me. I'm here to answer all your questions. I feel that this show From is a must-see for every AMC ape. And I'm really trying to push it. I don't know if you've been noticing it lately, but I've been doing a lot of videos on From. And the reason is because I feel psychologically this is the same exact game that Ken Griffin is playing on our minds. And it really kind of says who would survive in a situation. Apefather would survive. I would survive in From. Because you want to know why? I'm the type that would not settle. I'm not gullible, I'm not gonna just believe that there are monsters out there to kill me. I'm gonna test every single friggin' water, every single land. I'm gonna test everything to make sure that you know what I mean. This isn't some kind of government setup, and that's why the Apefather is still here. You know what is YouTube is like a big setup. You got all you people. Look, you got all these people here. You're trying to hate on me. You want me to quit. This is what the end game is. You want to hear what the end game is? You want Apefather to quit YouTube. But Apefather is not going to quit YouTube. So no matter how much you hate on me, no matter how much torture, I keep moving forward. And it's the same exact concept with AMC. No matter how many mind games, no matter how much torture, no matter how much that you think it's a hopeless, hopeless cause, you keep moving forward. Just like Rocky Balboa said, that's how winning is done. It's not how hard you hit. It's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Commander 35 is an entertainer, brother. He's all into theatrics. Yeah, he's got body bags and everything like that. Yeah. he's a very, very much into theatrics. So that's basically it, in little to no words. I think that AMC is a test of will. I think that the show From is a test of your will as a human being, how far you're willing to go before you quit and live out your life in the Twilight Zone, in just an isolated town where if you go out at night, you're going to get eaten and killed alive by monsters. And I just see a very big similarity in Wall Street, you know. I'm not sure yet, you know. We went out, as you saw, to Doyle's Poorhouse the other night. There's a chance we might be meeting Jen's father at Applebee's with his girlfriend. I'm not sure. I know Applebee's, that sucks, but you know they can't really travel too far. We go to Applebee's a lot. I love Applebee's. I don't care what anybody says. I think Applebee's rocks. I love Applebee's. I love that quesadilla burger. I get it all the time. I love the French onion soup there. Yeah, she's actually a TikToker. That girl. You know, you should check out her channel. You know what I mean? She's doing well for herself. God bless her. She's a good girl. She's a good, you know, beautiful inside and out. You know, good heart, good person. You know, she's a really cool person. She wants to help out my channel. I promote her channel. So it's kind of like a mutual benefiting thing. You know what I mean? Can you answer me? What is your question, Antonio Miranda? Hey, Father, you are right, but I've come to embrace the fact that I'm Dennis Rodman of AMC. By the way, who started that? The regulator? I don't know. You're the one who actually started it. You're the one who first said it to me. So, what is the question? Can I answer you of who started it? I think it was you. I think you were the one who started that. You or the regulator. I don't know. You having a nice cigar, Cuban? You got connections at the airport. Sam the Great. Dominican. You know, this show From, I think there's a lot of characters who are undercover government agents. And sometimes I've always felt this. You want to know what I've always felt? I think that there are citadel snakes, okay, like that are hired. You know, it could be any of you people. It could be like Sam the Great, don't get mad. It could be Antonio Miranda. It could be Chad Clifford. It could even be Lou. It could be anyone. And people who we go to every day, we watch on YouTube, and we think are cheerleaders of AMC are in fact hedge fund snakes. Again, I'll say all of this is alleged, but that's why I think you all need to watch this show From, because it's going to make you really look at things very, very differently. You're going to look at things very differently after you watch the show. It kind of opens up your mind to all the realms of possibility. I hate the government. Well, I understand that, but that's the thing is that the point is, let me give you an analogy on Antonio Miranda. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine like if I told you that over a certain point, like let's just call it whatever, from Brooklyn to Staten Island, let's say the Verrazano Bridge. If you cross the Verrazano Bridge, there are going to be monsters. There's going to be forget about it, you know, sea monsters, land monsters. They're going to eat you and kill you. You would probably never cross that Verrazano Bridge. You would be too afraid. And if I gave you the illusion to think that, you would believe it. And this is what I'm trying to make you understand. This is similar kind of things that Ken Griffin does to us. This is similar things that, again, it could even be the government, I'll say allegedly. But they make you believe something. They instill that fear in your head. And then next thing you know, you quit. You quit. You give up. Because you're like, this is too hard. It's a losing situation. There's no hope. I'm finished. It's all over. And you quit. And that's why I feel there's such a similarity in the show From that what's happening to the AMC apes. Okay. And I'm going to keep promoting this show. Yeah, From is a great show. Young Kuda. Yep. But do you start to see how you could connect the dots of what's happening to the AMC apes and the show From? There's some things in common. It's all psychological warfare. It's psychological warfare. They put things in your head. Like in the show From, they're making you believe that you're stranded on this town, that if you go out at night, you're going to get murdered, you're going to get eaten alive. If you go into the woods, you're going to get eaten alive. And if you really watch it, there really isn't any real evidence that there are monsters. Okay, see, the thing is that people never see the monsters because they never put themselves in a situation where they're out at night. They lock themselves in their houses, right? Now, the people who died could have been government agents undercover. And then they could have did like a Hollywood job, where they do those horror films and they do those gory like bodies and all that shit. They can make it seem like someone really got mutilated, but in reality, hey, the government could go as far as to use actual real bodies. You want to know what the governments could do? They could use real bodies. They could take like a body, they could mutilate it, and then they could put someone's head on top of it, and then do like a little leather face job, where they had the face mask and all that shit. Depending on how far they can go, they can make it very real. But anyway, not Cuban, huh? You don't have the airport connections that the Apefather has, Sam the Great. What movie's that from? I got a connection at the airport. If you don't know this, you should all be ashamed of yourself. What movie's that from? With the cigars. Come on now. We should all know the movie Wall Street with Charlie Sheen. Come on. I don't know what you want me to answer. He keeps saying, this guy. What do you want me to answer? I think you started the whole Dennis Rodman friggin' thing. Let me see what time it is right now. Got to pick up my kids in another 7 minutes. I just wanted to do a quick live. We got earnings coming up on Friday. I don't think it's going to do anything, to be honest with you. I'm getting to the point where it's like the same friggin' thing. We almost had a run up to $6. I don't know, man. It's just they're really pushing us for the long term here. They're pushing us. They're pushing our will, and that's why I want to lead us back to From. How much can you take? How much can you stomach before you give up? Before you quit? Like, what is your breaking point? What is your breaking point for you to finally say, I'm done, I'm out, I give up? And that's how Ken Griffin remains the billionaire that he is. Psychological warfare. Psychological warfare. On Adam Aaron's pay. Let me see. What is your question, Antonio? Adam Aaron, or Enron. Rumor that his pay will increase to $30 million. Yes, I actually heard about that, and I would not be surprised about it, Antonio Miranda, because all this guy's been doing is be getting a steady increase in pay every single year since 2021. And if you think about it, I mean, at least that we know of, I got to do research past that, but he's been getting a steady increase in pay, and he's been giving the illusion, here's the key, illusion, like, Master of Puppets, Metallica style. He just wear the puppets, okay? He's the puppet master, Adam Enron, that he cares about the apes. Did you see that statement he made where he goes, I'm going to recommend to the board of directors that they put a freeze on my pay. He goes, I do not feel. Now, he actually first gave the impression that he wasn't going to get any pay, like he was going to give up all of his pay. That was the impression most apes had. But then if you read the article, it said a freeze in pay, meaning that he wanted his salary to remain the same. Now, this is what we were thinking. He was making like 17 or 19 million a year. We were already like shot. We were already pissed off at this Mama Luke, this Stunad, that he was making like 19 million a year, like this piece of garbage. Then we find out he's got a 25% increase to over 23 million. So would it shock the Apefather if I found out he had an increase to over 30 million? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be shocked. So that's my answer to your question. Why do apes attack you and protect him? I think it has a lot to do with the show From. I think it has a lot that you have to watch the show to fully understand. It's all about the power of psychological warfare. See, Adam Aaron is making all of you believe that he's on your side. He's making you all believe that he cares about you and he cares about your well-being and he wants all of you to succeed and that he wants to destroy the short sellers just like you want to destroy the short sellers. But while all of this is happening, Adam Aaron is selling his AMC. You're not. Adam Aaron is receiving these huge comp packages, $23, $24 million, allegedly over $30 million, and you're losing money. You're losing money. So sometimes you got to look at the facts versus the fiction. You know, you got to look at the facts. You can't look at what's up. Look, anybody could tell you anything. Anybody, it's like Lou. You know, anybody can tell you, he can make 100 videos, that guy a day, telling you how much he loves you and he's holding with you. And in reality, he never owned one single AMC share. So anybody can tell you anything. But this is the key. You got to look at facts. Now, if you look at the facts with Apefather, I have already made enough videos to prove to all of you that I have put up a tremendous amount of money in AMC. Okay, I've already proven to all of you that I took a major hit. Okay, Lou never proved ugats. Ugats. Nothing. So you're basing all of this on Lou's word, just like you're basing it on Adam and Ron's word. That's it. And sometimes you got to base things on the facts, my friends. You got to base things on the facts. Okay, so that answers your question. Again, Antonio Miranda. With that said, I told all of you from the beginning this was going to be a quick live. I got to go pick up my kids from school. I'm going to be doing some more lives tonight. I just wanted to do a quick one because I really felt bad. And you know who I'm disappointed in? Zadie Savage. Guy breaks my balls every minute to do a live. I do one, and he's not even here. Friggin' Mama Luke. Anyway, Viva Victory. I'll be back. Let me go get the kids to get some food. This live stream is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. This live stream is for entertainment purposes only. I'll be back a little later on, guys. Have a great afternoon. Back to the Future 99. Take care.